Well, Tourism Minister Patricia de Lille has launched the 2024 edition of Africa's leading business events tourism trade show named Meetings Africa. The event, which is scheduled to take place in Sandton between the 26th and the 28th of February 2024, will host 3,000 African business owners, including exhibitors and buyers at large. SABC News Reporter Katlego Legodi is at the launch and now joins us live. Katlego, good afternoon. Perhaps you could bring us up to speed as to what is happening on your end and how we're painting South Africa as the prime destination.
A very good afternoon to you, Lizzle, and to our viewers at home. Of course, it's all systems go as we speak right now. We see multiple of those role players. Most of them are just gathered here in Sandton with the Minister of Tourism as we launch the Meetings Africa 2024 here at home. So February, South Africa is the place to be. We're talking about 51 countries, including those that are coming outside of the continent, that will meet here to ensure that they discuss, network, and work around issues of growing the economy and the tourism value chain. The Minister just earlier on giving us a sense of how the tourism sector is doing as we speak right now. We're talking about those numbers that are just nearing the pre-COVID levels. There's an agile movement where this value chain and this ecosystem within the tourism sector is concerned, of course, coming out of the festive season, and we're looking at those numbers that have really picked up. And the Minister was today giving us also feedback in terms of where we are as a country right now. I'm going to bring her into the conversation this afternoon. She's joining us just to give us a sense of where we are as a country right now. It's a good story when you look at it, the Meetings Africa. Just over the years, we're seeing the numbers also increasing in terms of the impact to our economy that has not been doing well for quite some time. But we're seeing just a lot of revigorated spirit from those that are here, and even your department where these numbers are concerned. Welcome to the SABC. It's all systems go, really, when you look at it.
Yes, thank you so much. And we are so grateful that, we've seen after COVID-19, the resurgence of the tourism sector. As the continent, we are now at 96% before we achieve post-COVID levels. But in South Africa, we are very grateful to the rest of the continent. Between January and November this year, we received over 7.6 million visitors. And out of the 7.6 million, 5.8 million came from the continent. That showed a 75% growth compared to 2022. And so Meetings Africa is a good way to kick off the new year, because we're dealing with the business sector of tourism, that is meetings, events, and conferences, and showcasing the continent as venues that can be used for conferences and meetings and business meetings in the continent. So we're expecting over 20 African countries that will be here. We will, of course, at a continental level engage. We will look at what are still those issues that we need to attend to grow the business sector of tourism even further. One of it is the visa regulations, and secondly is the air access, to improve intercontinental travel. And the emphasis here also with Meetings Africa is to give exposure to small, medium enterprises within the sector. So the Department of Tourism sponsored a number of SMMEs in our own country to come here to have the market access, to display their offerings, because what we want to focus on this year, and we're starting next week, where we want to have an expo on what is available in terms of tourism, new offerings in our townships, in our villages, and our small dorpies, because we need to also begin in the whole of the continent, promote our own culture, our own heritage. South Africa will be 30 years of democracy this year that we are going to celebrate. So we need to tell our history also. So this is a very important event to kick off the 2024 season, and we look forward to welcome 3,000 delegates from around the world including Africa, 350 exhibitors, and another 350 buyers from 51 countries around the world. So, yes, there will be a major economic impact, not only for Johannesburg, but for the whole of South Africa, and that is what we currently need. The contribution of tourism to the GDP of our country is not really recognized. We make at least 7% just to tourism and business tourism. That's our contribution to GDP in South Africa, and this event is going to help us.
And Minister, just before I let you go, we know very well that this also comes through to create jobs in terms of job creation. Last year was a resounding success where that is concerned, and also here we're seeing small businesses that are saying that they don't want to be left behind where these conversations are concerned. Are we expecting just the agility, the uptick to also just to play around this year where those jobs are concerned, and also those SMMEs that will also be looking to play around with the big players where this event is concerned?
Yes, we will be putting up a special, what we call Sustainability Village. That is where all the new offerings of SMMEs, their craft, the value that they can bring to the whole tourism sector will be on display. And we make certain that the market access exposure, that we help them to engage with all of those buyers that will be coming. But it doesn't end there. Once they have secured a deal with any country or with any buyer, we continue to make sure that we provide that support so that they can continue to grow and not stay small, medium enterprises forever. So the market access is very important for them. And as the National Department of Tourism, we invest heavily in giving exposure, market access to SMMEs. Now, in 2 weeks' time, in February, we are taking another 14 or 20 SMMEs to India, where they will be traveling on a road show to 5 different towns and cities within India, to expose them and get them that market access. So I'm very happy that, yes, we can always do more, but I will also call on our partners in the private sector to also assist us to give more exposure to more SMMEs.
Most definitely. Minister, thank you very much for your time. It needs to be all hands on deck, really, when you look at how everybody should rally behind this very important sector, contributing about 7% to the country's GDP. And last year, there was just a whole lot of jobs also created here. We're looking at South Africa also playing a part in ensuring that really we make a mark, looking at the Africa Free Continental Trade Area and that agreement that we form part of. We're also part of the BRICS nations that will be looking forward to ensuring this market access. But hey, all roads lead to Sandton, this being between the 26th to the 28th of February, where the Meetings Africa event will be taking place. Lizzle, it's back to you in studio.
Thanks, Katlego. Let's see what unfolds as we continue to monitor developments. We'll leave it there for now.